Bonjour, everyone. Quick Chelsea preview. Well, it doesn't have to be quick, but an early one.
Just the regular Chelsea preview, really.
I don't know, about what, 8-10 minutes? Don't know. But it's a bit harder since it's the start of the week. It's Tuesday. We've got a bit of time, got a bit of equipment. Yeah, got space to do it. We'll do it now. Chelsea come to tune on Saturday, R5, BT. And it's going to be tricky, I think, because obviously with the injuries we've got, and Chelsea are better on the road. Actually, they've had some big defeats at home. They've been beaten by Southampton at home, beaten by Bournemouth at home. We should have got something when we were there. I thought they were very poor when we were there, and that was when they were really on fire, and everyone was saying Lampard was doing a great job. There's been a bumpy road since then, really. They've been a bit up and down. But Chelsea haven't got a great record at St James's Park either, though. In recent times, obviously the one year last season, but obviously Mourinho famous for not being able to win here. They hadn't won since 2011, until last year, so we had a great record against them, picking up wins, picking up draws.
Even Hosselu scored.
Hosselu scored last year. We came to nothing, but as it normally did.
As it normally does.
As Hosselu normally did, but hey, not as bad as Joe Linton. He still popped up with more goals than Joe Linton, and he was
very, very true.
Yeah, a point of what he was worth as well. But this weekend, Joe Linton might not be playing because we don't know the extent of his injury. Will he play?
No.
St. Maximin is the good news that he should be back for Saturday. So should John Joe Shelby, and so should Captain Lascelles. So that is a huge triple booster, that, isn't it?
Like, I want to know just like how fit they are though, because Brucey will just ram them in anyway, and one of them will limp off after 10 minutes.
I swear to God, if St. limps off at the start, I'll be fucking amazing because we've been waiting weeks for him to come back.
The same what happened with Tottenham.
He was so influential before he got injured. You think of Sheffield United. And then we kept on playing him when he was clearly had a knock, so that was Bruce's fault. Don't get what you say. And then, like you say, against Tottenham, when we're desperate to see him, we went down there and we're buzzing he was starting, and he went off after 10 minutes. So we don't want to repeat of that at all. I wouldn't start him. I'd bring him on as an impact sub with hopefully still in the game.
Yeah, it happened with Dummett at the weekend. Like, just there's too many players unfit at the minute that are just getting forced to play. And it's, I don't know if you can like fully blame Bruce in some aspects. Yes, you can, but like it's just the depth of the squad. Like, who do you actually put in? It's one of them. Like, are we gonna trust the young'uns?
You wouldn't against Chelsea, like, no chance.
No, like that's the only thing you can really do because our squads. We'll complain about the squad being thin, but everyone's got a 25-man squad. Like, so we're not as thin as anyone else. Yeah.
You think the players that even do come in, the likes of Atsu and that, not Premier League quality. You know, saying that obviously you were saying at Spurs and got his assist, but what's he done since then? You look at it and, like you say, we're relying on the Longstaffers in the middle of the park. Look like very good players. Sean last year, outstanding this year. I haven't seen him do anything, to be honest with you. Matty's having a very good first season. You think how young he is and how much he's kicking on. But again, for those to be playing against Chelsea, because obviously Matty started at Bridge and Al, didn't he? We got absolutely done over in the middle of the park at Stamford Bridge. They had a field day there. They played with three in the middle, and we just got absolutely raped for 90 minutes. It wasn't nice watching that. Like, we needed to be more compact.
It was a very frustrating game, that, because I remember that game. Like I say, we were down there at Stamford Bridge. First off, was pretty good. We didn't really have a great lot of attack and threat, but like the first half in general was satisfactory. We went in 0-0. It was fine. We just needed to come out and keep doing the same. A point away would have been fantastic. Could have nicked the point, but it's. I remember we were saying after the game, it's almost as if we went in at half time 0-0, and Brucey was like, "Right, great result, lads. I'll do."
Steve, there's a bit of time left.
There's another 45 minutes to play, Steve. It doesn't matter because it's 0-0.
Oh, bollocks! What we're gonna do that?
Like, the second half, we might as well just stay in the fucking changing rooms. Like, Chelsea, to be fair, them probably should have won by more than one goal. I remember Yedlin made a great last-ditch tackle. I think Dubravka made one or two good saves, so it could have been more. But it was a frustrating day, that, because like we could have got a point out of it if we just continued our first half form. It's fucking annoying, that one. I hate when we do that. Like, that's happened so many times this season. After like 20 or 30 minutes, sometimes even up to 45 minutes, like, we'll be playing really, really good. Then it's like, nah, that'll do.
We'll wear off. I think Saint was big on that, to be fair. He'd start the game amazingly well. He'd have a great first half, and then he'd go missing about the 55th, 60th minute because he'd used all that energy. The only one that just doesn't run out is Almiron, and perhaps Matty. Well, Matty, I think, as well, did run out even at Rochdale.
Matty against Rochdale had so much energy. He was chasing everything down. But towards like the hour mark, like you could tell like he wasn't chasing everything as much as he was. Like, he just used it all up. Like, everyone's got a tank. Like, you can be like a professional player, but if you're gonna sprint around like a madman for like 60 to 90 minutes, you're gonna run out of energy. Like we're human. Like professional footballers aren't machines. Like they kind of sprint for 90 minutes straight. Like it's gonna happen, and that's what happens with Sir Maximin and like you said with Matty Longstaff.
It's going to be interesting, obviously, see what team gets played against Chelsea, because this is filmed on Tuesday. Playing Rochdale tonight in the Cup. We don't know what that team is yet. And due to Newcastle's recent luck, we'll probably get a couple more injuries tonight as well. So when we're mentioning Shelby come back tonight, watch bloody Hayden get injured tonight, and Clark get injured tonight, and Dubravka break his neck or something. Jesus Christ, hopefully not. But you know what I mean? Like, no, that's Newcastle at the minute. Like, you just never know what team's going to be fielded on Saturday. We obviously need a strong one. Chelsea are about 4th in the league.
Yeah,
I think Lampard's doing a great job. I think you can see what he's trying to build there. We're in January. They haven't signed anyone yet. They
got lifted, didn't it?
They can't sign now, so I'd imagine he'll probably be in the market for a defender, I think they said this month. But you look at Chelsea's team, man. I mean, Tammy Abraham on fire, probably going to go to the Euros. Hudson-Odoi got his first Premier League goal last weekend. You've got unreal players at Chelsea. They're a constant threat on the break. Newcastle, though, it might suit her. Well, I think it will suit her playing at home, where we'll let Chelsea have the ball, and Chelsea will have to do more of it, because Chelsea are very much a counter-attacking side. Their weaknesses as well, that they do get caught out on the break. That's why they've been beaten at home against Southampton and Bournemouth, because in those games, especially the Southampton one I was watching the other day, it's just 2 quick counter-attacks. Nathan Redmond, great finish for the second goal. That's what it is, in the blink of an eye from one half to the other, and that's something Newcastle are good at. We are good at that, Sheffield United away, the games out where the game plan will suit us this weekend. But like I say, Chelsea do have a lot of quality. Like,
if we've got what danger men to counter, like if Sir Maximin's going to be back, and Willems as well is great on the counter.
Because Almiron went off, didn't he, against Wolves?
So if we've got Willems, Sir Maximin, and Almiron back, maybe it's even like a Yedlin or a Matty Longstaff or someone in there that's got energy. Even Joelinton links up well. So if we've got them fit and playing, we can catch Chelsea out. There's definitely a point there to be had, at least. But it is going to be tricky. Chelsea at the start of the season, I actually thought they'd have a poor season. I think we did our Premier League predictions. I think we had them about 7th or 8th, didn't we? Something like that. Yeah.
So I expected a lot better from, obviously Arsenal are getting back a bit now under Arteta, but they've been shocking.
Because it's just the inexperience of Frank Lampard. He had one good season in the Championship with Derby. That doesn't really warrant a Champions League club like Chelsea. I thought that was a step too far for Frank. Obviously, with the transfer embargo, got rid of Hazard, and we're relying on people like Mount and Abraham and Tamuri and people like that. So I just didn't think they were ready, but I was proven wrong. Frank's doing a great job. Abraham's on fire. At the start of the season, again, he was a Championship player. I got 20 odd goals for Villa in the Championship last season, but I thought ahead of Giroud and Batshuayi, I thought he'd be a bit far down the pecking order. And he got the number 9 shirt, and I thought, it's a bit bold from Frank, but it's paid off, and they're doing great. Mason Mount, I'm a big fan. Hudson-Odoi, he was good in the home game against us. Actually, I remember I was sitting right in front on that wing. He caused, I can't remember what it was it Manquillo that day at fullback? He caused some problems. He's a great player, loads of pace. They're a dangerous team, whoever they play and whoever we play, it's always going to be a tough game. Like I say, we have been a bit of a bogey team for them, especially at St James's Park. They've got, 1 win in 9 years or something like that. Right?
Which was last year. We do need to obviously try and keep on getting points, because we've got one against Wolves, stop the rot of 3 Premier League losses in a row. So if we get a point this weekend, I'd be buzzing with that. Point, and I'm optimistically predicting a draw now.
Yeah.
I'm going to go on 2-2.
We're optimistically predicted 1-1 against Wolves now. I think realistically, we were saying 2-1, 3-1 Wolves. But yeah, that was a great point, and I do think there's a point there to be had. Let's say, we are a bit of a bogey team, especially at home, but Chelsea have been better on the road. So it's one of them. Anything can really happen. It depends on not just who's playing, but who's actually fit. Because I think about 80% of the squad at the minute are carrying injuries, or they're not fully fit. And like I say, we've got a game tonight. We're playing Rochdale, so fingers crossed no one's gone down. Obviously, this will be coming out after the Rochdale game, so could be a sixth sense, that fucking Hayden got shot or something something fucking like that, man.
You see that 4-year-old Abraham whacking Dubravka in the fucking cheek, breaking his nose.
This is why I was saying I didn't want this game. Losing to them away would have been more beneficial than a draw. Because like this game, we don't need it, man. Like
hindrance.
We've just
although a couple of on it. It's a great chance to get through against them. And
like if we can get through and get to Watford and get the fifth round, amazingly, but we've got more players playing. People that are just coming back, like you say, Lascelles, St Maximins, Shelby's. If any of them are played tonight unnecessarily and they get injured, then they're fucking out for Chelsea. Like they're just starting to come back. Like save them. Like there's no point. Like some of them probably shouldn't even really be risked for Chelsea. We might as well save them. We've got Everton midweek, and then we've got another game on the Saturday afterwards. So
we'll get through.
We've got a few more games coming up. So I don't know. That's just what Brucey wants to do. Who he trusts in. We've got a couple of young'uns that could come in either tonight or against Chelsea, depending on who's fit.
Definitely bring the young'uns in tonight. I think against Rochdale. Can't afford to against Chelsea. If you start some of the young'uns against Chelsea, I think would get battered. Like
Kel Watson, Tom Allen were in the squad against Wolves, so could see them against Chelsea from the bench.
Well, maybe just to make the numbers.
Depending on who's fit. We've got like Lejeune and that. Like people aren't fit.
Nah. You could see Dummett was nowhere near fit.
Yeah.
And it proved he was taken off after 10 minutes.
So even come Chelsea on Saturday, like if we have to play someone like Watts or Cass or Francelet or someone like that, like I'd rather do that than play like a half fit Lejeune, because you've seen what's happened. Like you've seen what happened against Leicester.
Assisting goals.
Like if players that aren't fit are more of a hindrance, like that costing them games.
Yeah.
Like nothing against them personally, that are just not fit and they're being forced to play. So play like a fit youngster instead of a half fit first teamer. It makes a lot more sense. And against Chelsea, it's going to be a tough ask if you throw someone like Kel Watts in against fucking Abraham and.
But it gives them a chance. You've seen it before, and you even seen it with Spurs against Liverpool. That Tanganga who came in, youngster, look how classy he was. Because you'll play your heart out, big occasion, everyone's watching. Who's this guy? It's a chance to make a name for yourself
on Sky as well, and BT.
Right. Well, we'll wait and see.
Big opportunity.
I'll go for a draw. Hopefully, get one of them.
Yeah, I'll say 1-1.
Yeah. Pop yours, predictions below, and the team lineup, but you'll be back later in the week with that one.
Damn right.
And Brucey covers his pressers and tells me who's not fit again. Subscribe to my Pie Channel TV and enjoy yourself.